Now let's see some methods of integration. Sometimes we'll be able to solve the questions easier if you are going to apply these methods. Even without using these methods also you'll be able to solve the questions. But then if you can use these methods, some questions it will be very easy. Okay, and it requires practice to understand where to apply it and where not to apply it. Okay, let me explain you the method first. This method is called as integration by substitution. Now if you have integral f of x, it can be transformed into another form by changing independent variable x to t by substituting x equal to g of t. So what I mean by this is, whenever you have any variable x, you can change it into a function of t, right? By substituting in place of x a function of t, you can change the entire integral into some other variable. That is called as changing its form, right? Now for example, consider that there is an integral f of x dx. How to change it is, if you are going to substitute in place of x g of x, then what happens is, see, in place of x, if you are going to write g of x, then what happens to dx? You should also talk about this, right? So in place of x, if you are going to write gx, then dx by dt, differentiate both sides with with respect to t, then you are going to get dx by dt equal to g dash of t. From that you are going to get dx equal to g dash of t into dt, right? Now if you look at it, the entire expression or this entire integral can be transformed into only variables containing t. Okay, so integral is going to be integral f of x dx. Now it is going to be integral f of, in place of x you can write g of x, g of t, right? And in place of dt, dx, or in place of dx you can write g dash of t dt, right? So this way you can transform any function into other function. Okay, let's see how this one will be useful in some of the questions. Come to this example. Let us take this example, integral tan x dx. Now we can write tan x as sin x by cos x dx, right? Now if you substitute in place of cos x t, then differentiate both sides with respect to differentiate both the sides. Okay, so if you differentiate this side and this side, you are going to get here as minus sin x dx equal to dt, right? Or you can differentiate both sides with respect to t, then also you will get the same. So how do you get it? Cos x is, if you differentiate with respect to t, it is going to be minus sin x into dx by dt, and this side you are going to get 1, and dt you can send it that side, right? That way you are going to get minus sin x dx equal to dt. Okay, fine. Now we know that cos x can be replaced with t and sin x dx can be replaced with minus dt. Got it? Therefore in this integral, in place of sin x dx you can write it as minus dt, right? And in place of cos x you can write it as t. Therefore integral tan x is nothing but integral minus dt by t. Now it is nothing but integral 1 by t dt with minus in the beginning. This entire thing is nothing but integral t dt with minus in the beginning, right? Okay, integral 1 by t dt, right? Integral 1 by t dt with minus in the beginning. Now we know that if we take log t and differentiate it, we are going to get 1 by t, isn't it? So that way this entire thing is going to be log t. Therefore log t, and whenever you write t, it is better that you write mod t, okay, plus c. Got it? Now it is going to be minus mod cos x plus c, right? So since you have minus here, what you could do is you could take it this side, and minus log a is nothing but log a power minus 1. So that way you can convert this cos x into secant x. Got it? And don't forget to add c. See, whatever we did here is nothing but we are trying to substitute here. So you need not always follow this. In case if you know how to solve it, you can directly do it. If you don't know how to solve it directly, then maybe a substitution method will be useful. It is not that always substitution method should be used. With practice you will understand where to use it and where not to use it. And one more thing is, if options are given, one good thing is take the option and you try to differentiate it and you try to check the given function. In case if you get it, that is also a good thing, right? Which means you take this and you just differentiate it, and if you are going to get that, you can go with that. Okay, fine.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So, first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.